BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzyme. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of JobSite Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the JobSite Route Network. All right. Good morning. Hello. How's everybody doing? I'm glad you could join me on this Beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning here in Southern California. Welcome. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about a lot today. Today we're going to be talking about the passport bros, of which I would consider myself one. I'm going to be honest with you. I guess you can say I'm one of the original passport bros, because I was a passport bro before it was cool to be a passport bro. I've been a passport bro since the 1980s, since I served overseas in the United States Air Force, and I had a great time. I totally understand the reasons behind the Passport Bros movement, because this has been my frame on human relationships and sexuality and dating in the United States for many years. In fact, I came of age as a sexual being when I was stationed overseas in Spain. I'm going to be perfectly frank with you about that. And I dated a few women, American women, before I went overseas. But when I was overseas, I did have a chance to enjoy getting to know women of other cultures. And I think that is essential. Okay, I think that's something that's essential for Black American men, for American men in general. And I think it's a beautiful thing, especially because our culture has been so twisted against the orientation toward successful families and marriages and homes and basically love. I believe feminism has a lot to do with it, and I believe feminism is only a part of the woke ideology that is destroying our society by design in our country. So we have to take a look at this, and the natural result of all of this manufactured, designed and planned and manufactured division between American men and American women is the passport bros. It's bros like myself and many other people who have decided to go overseas and in search of ladies of more traditional cultures, so that we can find more agreeable women and hopefully form more cohesive families with them. And if not, even if the goal is not to have children and to form families, at least the goal should be to live happily and live harmoniously with one's partner. So, needless to say, I am 100% totally in support of the Passport Bros movement, being that I am a passport bro. And today we're going to go over discussing some of the aspects of the Passport Bros movement that have been rather controversial. But before we do that, before we get to the serious stuff, I want to roast some of these anti-passport bro haters. Yes, I do. I'm not going to lie about that. All right. So let's see. Maybe we can go over to the next window. Wow. There we go. Now, do I have a background playing on this? No, I don't. I don't want to have a background playing on this scene, because I want you guys to hear these. I want you guys to hear these crazy TikToks that we're going to be clicking on. Let's see. So thank you for joining me, by the way. And as you know, you can always contribute to the Cash App, $BiomedRx TV, and here we go.
Over there, you see an American guy coming to visit, and you're like, "Oh my God, God is on Earth," because of the fact that an American man, quote unquote, can give you anything. Because again, they're from here. Like, so what if you're white? So what if you're black? You're from the U.S. To us, as Dominicans, including myself, meeting a guy in DR or meeting a girl in DR is a big deal for them over there.
Me llamaron de Colombia y yo lo voy a buscar en un rato. Me dijo Chucky mío que llegaron los aparatos, 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 que llegaron los aparatos. Me llamaron de Colombia y yo lo voy a buscar en un rato. Me dijo Chucky mío que llegaron los aparatos, 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 que llegaron los aparatos. Para eso no te traicionero aquí, tú no eres rato. Tú eres un hablador, eso lo sabemos hace rato. Tú no mueves tanto, te piensas por un retrato. La calle la de pegón, rompiendo el escenario como la tira.
Yes,
you see an American
yes,
guy coming
yes.
to visit, and you're like, oh my God, God is on earth, because of the fact that an American man.
I like that. I like that. That was a pretty good video. Let's see what this guy's got to say here.
Let's talk about passport bros. Let's talk about the, let's say, female culture in my country, Italy. So in Italy, the woman normally is the nucleus of the family. She's like the mafia boss. Let me explain better. Although the man, in many cases, is the facade of the family, the woman is the one that takes all the decisions of whatever is happening to the family. If she does disagree on something, the whole family has a problem. So if the man wants to change something about the family, the man has to convince the woman. And in many cases, this relationship between the man and the woman of the family is still based on respect and mutual consent on many things. So the woman knows that she's the boss, but she doesn't need to go out there and tell people that she's the girl boss of the whole world and everything. It's like the description of a true alpha. The true alpha, you know, is an alpha, but doesn't go around saying that he or she is the alpha. This is why the mafia was built in Italy, in Russia, and many places with a similar culture. So again, we know that the woman in Italy is the boss of the family, and we know that the relationship is based on respect. Dear American boys, if you're truly serious about having a relationship, take a passport and come to it. As an Italian living in America, I understand, I really understand. Come to Europe or go to South America, where the culture is also very similar to what I just described. When I see articles saying that the American woman, 60% of them will be single and childless in their 30s and 40s in this generation, it does not surprise me. Love here is very transactional. You give me this, I give you this. The concept of building something together here doesn't really exist. It's very individualistic. So if you want to find a life partner, I don't think it's very easy to find it in America. Of course, you don't generalize, but I believe that is a majority of people here. So, passport bros, I understand. See you in Italy. Let's talk about passport bros. Let's talk about the, let's say, female culture in my country, Italy. So in Italy, the woman normally is the nucleus of the family. She's like the mafia boss. Let me explain better. Although the man, in many cases, is the facade of the family, the woman is the one that takes all the decisions of whatever is happening to the family. If she does disagree on something, the whole family has a problem. So if the man wants to change something about the family, the man has to convince the woman. And in many cases, this relationship between the man and the woman of the family is still based on respect and mutual consent on many things. So the woman knows that she's the boss, but she doesn't need to go out there and tell people that she's the girl boss of the whole world and everything. It's like the description of a true alpha. The true alpha, you know, is an alpha, but doesn't go around saying that he or she is the alpha. This is why the mafia was built in Italy, in Russia, and many places with a similar culture. So again, we know that the woman in Italy is the boss of the family, and we know that the relationship is based on respect. Dear American boys, if you're truly serious about having a relationship, take a passport and come to it. As an Italian living...
Very good, very good. I'm going to replay this one because I didn't have the sound on. Sorry about that.
Over there, you see an American guy coming to visit, and you're like, oh my God, God is on earth. Because of the fact that an American man, quote unquote, can give you anything. Because again, they're from here. So what if you're white? So what if you're black? You're from the US. So us, as Dominicans, including myself, meeting a guy in DR or meeting a girl in DR is a big deal for them over there.
Me llamaron de Colombia, yo lo voy a buscar un rato. Me dijo Chucky mío que llegaron los aparatos, 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 que llegaron los aparatos. Me llamaron de Colombia, yo lo voy a buscar un rato. Me dijo Chucky mío que llegaron los aparatos, 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 que llegaron.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's watch another one here. Oh, I love this sister. This Panay, beautiful Filipina.
Dear passport boys, dear passport bros, stop calling yourself passport boys and passport bros. Are you going to the Philippines to look for a Filipina queen or what? So stop calling yourself passport boys and passport bros. Start calling yourself passport kings. That's right, you are a passport kings. Now, if you're going to the Philippines to just pack around, pull around, screw around as many women as you want, then call yourself passport bros and passport boys. Otherwise, if you want to go to the Philippines to look for a Filipina queen and she will treat you like a king, then you better start calling yourself passport king. Understood? Good.
I love it. I love it. Don't go to the Philippines to puck around. I love it. Not all of them are going to be positive like this. We lucked out. I was actually expecting to see many more critical videos of the passport bros, but we'll see what we're talking about. We'll see what's going on here.
What you need to understand about women in developing nations that are educated and that are well off, they are not going to want to date a passport bro that does not have a lot of money. Wealthy women in developing nations are what we call crazy uber rich. They are so well off that you could not even compare. Your dinky life in America would be a massive downgrade. So when people are saying, oh, these countries have a high standard of living, the wealthy folks in those countries, such as my motherland, China, for instance, is a wonderfully nice place to live if you have education, if you have the means. My cousin in China lives extremely well, better than most people I know in America. So people who haven't made in their home countries haven't made. They are not interested in dating a passport bro who literally is unable to afford his life in America and is going to a developing nation just to take advantage of currency arbitrage. Wealthy, successful women with means that come from good families with a lot of money do not want to date you. So then what happens? What happens is the passport bros self-select. And so when I'm saying they're going after destitute women in destitute countries, what I'm saying is they're going to developing nations to the women who are coming from not having means. And if the women don't have means, then all of a sudden the green card looks kind of interesting. For the women with means, the green card is nothing. They're not interested. They have a better quality of life staying home. So again, you must understand that women who are doing well in their developing nations do not want you there. They don't want you there. They don't want you to harass their less fortunate sisters, and nobody is excited about meeting somebody who literally said, I cannot make it in this country. And even the ones that can make it in this country, the ones that are really, really well off and can't seem to find a good woman out of 330 million population, those people tend to have, even if they have a lot of money, tend to have massive personality flaws, massive personality character flaws. I know because I dated quite a few wealthy people, and I'm like, oh, like I would not put up with this shit for any amount of money. So again, they have to go to areas and locations where people are willing to deal with it. So it is exactly what the passport bros want, and it is an exchange of a quid pro quo. It is, I have something you want. It's either money or green card or immigration, and you have something I want, which is sex, good looks, ability to clean my house and cook for me. Just tell it as it is, guys. About women in developing nations.
Let's listen to this with proper sound effects.
And that are well off. They are not going to want to date a passport bro that does not have a lot of money. Wealthy women in developing nations are what we call crazy uber rich. They are so well off that you could not even compare. Your dinky life in America would be.
Well, now let's break this down. Let's unpack this. Let's unpack this moon-headed Chinese woman for a minute. Part of what she's saying is correct, because when I was stationed in the military, I was stationed in Spain, and a lot of people would try to write off the relationships that GIs were having with women in foreign countries as simply the same as what she's trying to describe here. That women are trying to escape poverty, that they're trying to get out of the third world, and that they only want men because of their passport. Well, what you're doing is you're applying a very American way of thinking, right, when you're talking about the quid pro quo. Because, yes, American women are very transactional when it comes to sex and dating, and it is a quid pro quo. You know, they want guys with money, and they want money to be spent on them. There is really no love connection. Now, partly what she's saying is partly correct in that if you're dealing with women that are more or less in a first world situation or a second world situation from a more developed area, they're not necessarily looking to escape poverty. But that does not mean that they are not interested in American men, especially Black American men. Black American men are desired all over the world. I will tell you that from firsthand experience. And not necessarily because of our money, not necessarily for the same reasons that American women would find men desirable. When I was stationed in Spain, I was right outside of Madrid. Madrid is a world capital city, just like New York City or any other major city. And the women that are there do have money. By and large, many women do have money. Many women have a lot of class, I tell you that much more than the women that I've met here in the United States, by and large. And they don't need you per se. So if a woman in Madrid, if a manchega, a madrileña, is interested in you, she's truly interested in you. I attended the University of Madrid, Bellas Artes del San Fernando, and I met quite a few lovely ladies, not only from Spain, but from all over Europe and all over the world, that were very intrigued and very interested in dating Americans and very passionate about the things that they were able to learn from us in our cultural exchange, our cultural and relationship exchange. So that's where she's dead wrong, because she's looking at things from an American perspective, in that thinking that all women are transactional like American women are. And, I can imagine, I'm not going to say anything about her head fitting into a bucket or anything like that, but I'm glad that she made it to adulthood coming from China. I just want to say that. I just want to put that out there. So yeah, she's bitter, right? And she's trying to criticize American men or men who are desirous of finding women in other countries. And I think that's probably the main thing that I'm here to laugh at, because Passport Bros, do your thing. I'm in 100% in support of what you're doing. And, let's listen to all sides of the story.
We're talking about how Passport Bros are just predators.
I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Got you. Guess that means you stop sleeping with people in different states, too, right? You live in Florida. Don't sleep with somebody in Chicago. You're a predator. Logic. The obesity rate in a different country is not as high as America. Stay here and sleep with all the mammoths. Got it? Women in other countries are nice and they look good. Stay here. Deal with somebody who's nice but don't look good. Or deal with somebody who looks good and wants to rob you passively. Nice? I don't think she used logic. I don't think logic matters to her. She's not happy at all. She keeps on forgetting to use her Planet Fitness membership.
We're talking about how Passport Bros are just predators.
I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Got you. Guess that means you stop sleeping with people in different states, too, right? You live in Florida. Don't sleep with somebody in Chicago. You're a predator. Logic. The obesity rate in a different country is not as high as America. Stay here and sleep with all the mammoths. Got it? Women in other countries are nice and they look good. Stay here. Deal with somebody who's nice but don't look good. Or deal with somebody who looks good and wants to rob you passively. Nice? I don't think she used logic. I don't think logic matters to her. She's not happy at all. She keeps on forgetting to use her Planet Fitness membership.
I love it. All right, let's check it out.
Like, hello, we all know that French women are superior to us, European women are superior to us. Like, No one's arguing with you. I don't know why you feel the need to force this on us. Like, we all know it. I lived in London for 5 years. Believe me, I know how it is. I hate it here too. Y'all really need to relax. Like, you can chill. It's fine. I promise.
It's annoying that you got like 42-year-old men just now going to get a freaking passport and make it a big thing. You really should have had your passport fresh out of high school. What is the problem? Why are you just not wanting to get it anyway to try to prove a point to black women? You guys are.
Passport bros. Passport bros. I see you. Looking good. Got the visas on law. Hanging around the world. On your rendezvous. Got your yachts, got your crew. Picking up the girls. Make sure you got those green cards on lock too. Don't worry about us. Boo, we hold it down, we hold it now. You sure know who's who.
And you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Have you ever had a sin? Have you ever had a down? Have you ever had a listen? Have you ever had a down? Have you ever made a snap? Have you ever made a shine? Have you ever had a queen? Have you ever had a mind? I'm asking questions like the passport info. Women in my country, I'm native and that's civil. Make me understand that she didn't eat a sandwich. She speak Portuguese and she understands Spanish. Exactly what it is.
Like, French women are superior to us, European women are superior to us. Like, no one's arguing with you. I don't know why you feel the need to force this on us. Like, we all know it. I lived in London for 5 years. Believe me, I know how it is. I hate it here too. Y'all really need to relax. Like, you can chill. It's fine. I promise.
I like that. This is getting fun. Let me see if I can scroll down a little bit, pick up some more of these. Let's see what this brother's talking about.
Passport bros.
How do you feel slimy and disgusting as a person, knowing full well that you are going to another country, seeking out women that you perceive as easier to manipulate, easier to control, and easier to take advantage of? And even if you find some poor woman that needs a green card, wants to move to the U.S., or, needs money, that's still not love. So on that note, safe travels, and I hope that you and all the other passport bros get exactly what you're looking for.
I understand where these men are coming from and why they're choosing to step away from modern Western female. Because the modern Western female doesn't know how to be a wife anymore. They don't know how to be submissive. They're typically very hyper-masculine. I don't need a man.
When you say hyper-masculine, what do you mean?
Go through life without interacting with men. That sounds like paradise.
If you a masculine man and you in your purpose, you don't want to deal with that. You want to deal with competition.
You want a submissive woman.
Not even submissive. I just want the yin to my yang. You feel me? The one thing a man wants the most in the house or in a relationship is peace.
Passport bros.
How do you feel slimy and disgusting as a person, knowing full well that you are going to another country, seeking out women that you perceive as easier to manipulate, easier to control, and easier to take advantage of? And even if you find some poor woman that needs a green card, wants to move to the U.S., or, needs money, that's still not love. So on that note, safe travels, and I hope that you and all the other passport bros get exactly what you're looking for.
I understand where these men are coming.
Wow, the bitterness and the vitriol in these American women. I think what it is, especially among black American women, is they don't really want us. They want the first right of refusal. And also, being that they understand that they are the least desirable and the least desired women in the world, and all of the stats from the dating apps prove that, they're trying to blame their undesirability on us. And now it's kind of hard to do that because now you really are alone.
You pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia, the Philippines, Thailand, like women can actually speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need that.
All raised to be wise. They learn everything from birth. When they're from how to get right and how to support their needs.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need it, it's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know that.
I am Charmaine and I am 22 years old. Material science and computer engineering. Oh wow, impressive. Okay, so Charmaine, would you consider dating a foreigner?
Shout out to the Filipina P. I love you, baby.
You would love to, right? To date a foreigner. Okay, so why is that? I think I want to try something new, because from my past, I always dated Filipino guys, and I think nowadays it's okay to date a foreigner. Okay, so you want to explore. Doesn't matter what race a guy is. For me,
DR, Colombia, the Philippines, Thailand.
Well, I mean, here it is, man. I'm loving these. This is good. All right, let's see what this is. Let's see what this brother's talking about.
Passport bros go to third world countries.
About a freaking passport. I've had one of these since I was 2. You're acting like it just came up with these in 2022. Oh, give you one, give you one. Do y'all understand how people feel about America? That just goes to show you ain't been nowhere. So y'all think y'all run your broke asses over to other countries and they all these came from America. Most people don't like.
I think you guys forgot what Passport Boys and Bros was really intentionally made for. It was for men who already get women to go across overseas to find traditional women of old traditions. There's a huge difference. There's men that are actually looking for love and companionship. So they're looking for women that cook, clean, appreciative, want to be stay-at-home wives. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know some gentlemen that have got a wife from another country.
The reality is that many of these men who are choosing to travel abroad are the high-value six-figure men that many of the modern women claim that you want. With the caveat being that many of these men who choose to exercise their options to travel abroad are traditional men who are in search of traditional women and who want nothing to do with modern women and their feminist ideologies and mindsets. Instead, these men are choosing to go to other countries to meet women who understand what it means to be a wife and a helpmate, women who understand what it means to reflect and respect his values and his standards, women who are feminine, submissive, and not combative. Basically, traditional men in search of traditional women, because traditional men view women in two ways. You're either an asset or a liability. And when it comes to the modern woman's mindset, it's definitely a liability. Thus, exercising your options to go to other countries.
Boom! Well, can't argue with that. This is my boy Austin Hollerman. Shout out to Austin. Having fun out there in Thailand.
To know that you need to quit trusting women so much. I have a chick in Colombia, and I have a chick in every country I've been to now. I got a chick in Colombia. We keep in touch, but we don't talk every day. I know she's messing around with other dudes, whether she wants to admit to it or not, and I also don't care. But some of y'all are putting so much trust and you getting your heart broke because you think the motherfucker in another country ain't fucking while you gone. And I'm sorry to say that may be true that sometimes. I've had one chick I felt like in Brazil, she wasn't doing nothing. I still always kept in the back of my mind that there's a chance. And if you don't keep in the back of your mind that there's a chance, when you find out, you're going to end up wanting to hurt yourself. I stopped trusting women so much, I don't care what continent they're on, it's not just U.S. women. And another thing.
See, the Passport Bros finally admit to what I've been saying. When you're not there, Fabio, that she grew up with, will be blowing her back out. Like I said, I told y'all that. Fabio, that she grew up with, will be there blowing her back out. And Maria will be screaming his name. And then when you come into town, she will put on this act, just to get by the time that you're there. And that's that. So these men, they go around calling American women 304s and all these weird names to go date foreign 304s that use them for their money. So much so that you have to send a disclaimer out because a lot of Passport Bros, they simp, and so they're going to go into that situation and just be throwing their all to these women. Oh my God, I love you so much, Maria, right? And then when they get their heart broken, they don't know what to do with themselves, right? And this is a sad reality that even one of the mainstays in the Passport Bro community can admit to that. And so I'm just here to give y'all the facts, family. I was a child of issue. I just give y'all the facts. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But it doesn't change the fact that it's true. And this just proves my point. These foreign women are only loyal to a certain extent a lot of the times. Like, you gotta really luck up and find a good one, because if not, and y'all, it's like the lottery. Like, y'all think y'all gonna win the lottery pick. So out of all the men that this stuff happens to, you are gonna be the one that it doesn't. Come on, man. Like, come back to reality. I know y'all want to live in this Neptunian reality, fairy tale land, and it's just not like that. Come back down to earth and come to terms with what's really going on.
Now, I got to give credit where credit is due, because I've had many years of experience overseas and in over 50 countries, and I have to tell you the truth. It isn't as simple as going and finding your princess. Sometimes it is, sometimes you luck up, and sometimes it isn't. Very often it isn't. I've spent 3 years, for example, going 1 week per month to the Bahamas. I've also spent 3 years going 1 week per month to St. Lucia, and I've gone back and forth to just about every island in the Caribbean, and I've traveled almost all of the countries in Europe. And there is the matter of social class. In other words, there are different levels of society, and whatever level of society, whatever social class you occupy here in the United States, you're going to occupy when you go overseas. So if you're the kind of person who just likes to go out clubbing and partying and drinking, then you're going to meet the people that go out clubbing and partying and drinking. And that's going to be the same class of people, the same class of disco hoes, for example, that you're going to find here in the States. And so when they behave in manners that disappoint you, you can't really blame anyone but yourself. However, that doesn't change the fact that these women, many of these women, are growing up enmeshed in a completely different culture. And if you seek higher, like I said, I studied at Bellas Artes of San Fernando. I spent a lot of time in the Moncloa district. I spent a lot of time in the Prado Museum and going gallery hopping and going to different tascas and tapas in different areas of Spain. And I got a chance to get to know the country and the culture very well. Various levels of the culture. So you will have the opportunity to meet women of different levels of society, of different social classes within society. And the decisions that you make based upon the relationships that you form are completely up to you. Now, online dating is trash as far as I'm concerned. However, once you meet someone, it doesn't really matter how you met them, because the relationship begins once you're in person and actually establishing a rapport with that person. They can actually see and detect who you are in person. That's the main benefit. That's one of the main benefits to beginning your relationships with whomever you're going to get with as a passport bro. In other words, once you are there, wherever it is that you're going, and you meet the lovely young ladies face to face, then you get to determine, or you get at least 50% of the ability to steer the direction of that relationship. Now, you're going to have to take chances on getting your heart broken. You have to be wise, and you have to understand that, yes, that's an environment that she's from and you're not, that she's still enmeshed in and you are not. And there's a chance that, she has an established life with Fabio and or whoever else. And, there is a chance that she's going to be doing whatever she wants to do in her host country. And she has every prerogative to make that choice. It's interesting how this one doesn't want to open in a new window.
So I know a lot of these passport bros, and especially black men, are in my comments asking me why I'm talking about this. It's not my fight. And before anything, I'm a woman, so I'm always going to stand up for women regardless of race. And one thing that really bothers me about this is these same passport bros are the men who probably tried to hit on me in the US before they realized that we don't like them either. I'm from a town that really doesn't have that many Asian women, especially Asian women who look like me. Like I said, you guys, I'm adopted. I grew up in a white family in the Midwest, so I have no beauty standards from South Korea. I'm a thick woman. I weigh about 165 pounds. I'm 5'5", so honestly, the brothers like the color, and they still do. Regardless of what some men in the comments are trying to say that black men are checking for Asian women. Yeah, right. Check my DMs. But anyway, pretty much every time I met a black man, he thought it would be a flex to say something like, yeah, I like my women foreign, I like my women exotic. And I don't know why they decided to say that to me, if they thought it would make me feel good or something, but for me it's always a red flag. And so I would dig in a little bit further and say, what do you mean by that? Because I'm a white girl on the inside. My family is white. I grew up in a white community in a small town in the Midwest, so I might look exotic, but I'm Wonder Bread white on the inside. So anyway, whenever these guys would say this, I'd be like, well, you're about to be in for a big disappointment if you're expecting a submissive, docile Asian to take care of you. But
it really bothered me when these guys would say, yeah, I don't like black women, because that's what it always came down to, that they didn't date black women regardless if they were black or not. And their moms are black, their sisters are black, their cousins are black. I'm like, would you say this to their face? That's weird. So I kind of pick and prod after I already decided, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out, because anybody who says something like that just is an immediate red flag. But it always came down to the same stupid stereotypes that black men always have to say about women. They're loud, they're masculine, they don't know how to treat a man, they wear fake hair. So what? So what? You don't have to put down an entire race of women because you have a preference. And honestly, like, I've dated pretty much every race, every ethnicity.
I can imagine. I can imagine you have.
Worldwide when it comes to dating. Only common denominator is black hair and dark eyes usually. But I've never heard any group of men put down their own women more than I've heard black men do it in pursuit of other women. And I just find it really disheartening. And I understand why this divide is getting bigger, but I don't want to be a part of it. So I hate it, and I had to speak on it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So that's, how do you say that? White as a banana, right? Yellow on the outside and white on the inside. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the American Banana's opinion.
The fact that you guys are so proud of getting up, booking a flight, booking a villa, paying these girls to come to your villa just because you can't score in your own city in the States. The fact that you...
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's see.
Hey, excuse me. I hope you know CPR. You're taking my breath away.
Ouch. That's all she wrote right there. Let's see what this lady has to say. Now, she's definitely post-wall. Oh, there's quite a few. Okay, let's see what they have to say. This is going to be a funny one.
Because they feel like the women in the United States are kind of like tarnished goods. And I want you to watch this video, okay?
This is exactly what I'm talking about. No one said that women are tarnished goods. If you actually look at a passport row, which I know many of them, they are not going over there to rape and conquer. They are going over there because they are giving up over here. The reality is that there are too many women that are saying that they don't need men. Men want to be needed. They want to feel valued, like they are protectors, like they are alphas, like we need them. The problem is that too many women are saying, I don't need a man. I too say, I don't need a man, but damn, I want a man. They do things better and faster. Like, I lay down flooring for my Airbnb. I have like tiny hands. All of these were broken. They were like warped areas. Thank God my dad came and he helped me. But nonetheless, if I don't say I need a man, if I don't say I want a man, they don't feel valued. Just like when women were screaming and saying, this man's not saying that he appreciates me, and I'm doing all the cooking and the cleaning, and I'm working full time, and I'm taking care of the kids. And the man saying, well, where's my dinner? Then the woman left, right? So what makes women think that the same tactic is going to work on the men? The reality is, women make up half of the workforce, for sure. But we also spend a lot, so it's not like we're taking all of these trips like they are. And furthermore, none of the men ever say that they're damaged goods. What they consistently say is, we're tired. They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States, let alone a metropolitan area like LA or New York, where women say, I don't need a man, go away, who do you think I am? I knew one guy that was, we were dating, and he told me he opened the door for a woman, and she said, I can get that myself. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm waiting for a guy to open my door, like, for me, like a gentleman. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a date, but women, we're supposed to appreciate it. Also, if you go on a date with a guy and he pays for it, say thank you. like, beside myself not understanding how when I go on a date with a man and I say thank you, they are overly thankful that I'm thanking them for taking me out to a dinner to get to know each other. And when I ask them why, it's because none of the women that they go on dates with actually say thank you. And I won't say none because it's a definitive answer and we all know that that's not the case. My purpose in this is to defend the passport bros because they're not raping and pillaging and like doing anything crazy. They just want a traditional woman, which is why they don't want to bring them over here.
Yeah, no, she's making sense. She's making a lot of sense. Let's make sure my microphone is still popping and my desktop audio is still popping. I hope I'm not making too much of an echo here, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because this is actually funny. It's funny and interesting at the same time. That's all she wrote, and I'm not even going to translate that. Let's watch this miserable Karen.
Men are searching overseas for women because these specific men want a woman who they can control 100%.
Did this man just admit that he went to a foreign country to find himself a wife because he wants somebody with traditional values, which means that he wants a slave?
This is a huge red flag. The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women.
I don't know, girls, but you all sound so defensive. Why don't you try to assess yourself first? Because in the first place, you guys are the main reason why your women are leaving. You are so focused on assessing what kind of women there are in Asia. I suggest you look at yourselves in the mirror first.
Men are searching overseas for women.
Wow. This war is getting intense, and I love it. I love it. This is actually something that things that needed to be said.
You know the best thing about the passport bros is that women have came out and said, yeah, we're joining this movement. Women have been like, yeah, I left the country to find my husband. That's how I got the man today. Or women been like, I'm joining you guys. I'm leaving the country now to go find me a husband. And they're mad. They're making hate videos.
No, we're not.
They're just like, well, you're just mad no American man wants you. Why are you mad that women are doing it too? You know the best thing about the passport?
What? You know, when I was stationed in Spain, I only knew one sister that had a relationship with a local Spanish guy. They seemed pretty happy to me, and I wasn't offended in the least bit. I was actually happy for them. And one American redhead white woman who actually had a baby with her Spanish boyfriend in Spain. That was pretty interesting.
When I was younger and I went to Kenya, you know who I saw traveling on the plane to Kenya? Chinese folks and white people. Any country I've gone to, you know who's always on the plane to them countries, whether they're brown or not? Caucasians. Even here, some of my coworkers I met last night have been traveling the globe instead of living in their own countries because they understand that their government is corrupt and doesn't care about them. So they've lived their lives working in other countries, having full lives. One dude even got married for 2 years in China and dipped. And I guess they divorced. I don't know what the deal was, why they divorced, but he divorced her and he's
Now he's here. If you're interested in figuring out how to live abroad, please hit me up. I want to help as many brothers get out of the country as possible. Men, women. I want all the people to get out of the country, honestly, because America is just a big old plantation.
That's right. Now, see, this brother is making a lot of sense, and I really appreciate him. This brother's making a lot of sense. We're going to get to my man Jason Whitlock here in a minute. Let me just check some things out right quick. See how I'm doing. You guys can go ahead on and say something in the chat, and you can also drop something into the Cash App, dollar sign BiomedRx, as you know. Let's get back to the show here.
You know what? This is a really valid point. So black women created a trend for black women to follow black women. We didn't bash white women, we didn't bash black men, but for some reason there are some black men and white women who are upset that black women are following black women. Meanwhile, some black men decided that they were going to create the passport bros trend because black women were not their preference or their cup of tea, and we were not submissive enough, and we were not this, and we were not that. Like literally, they created a trend to disrespect black women and uplift other women. And now they're mad that black women are affirming black women. They don't see the difference in those two trends. One is affirming and one is bashing. But in the meantime, it's not black women doing the bashing.
But I don't think anybody's bashing women of any race supporting each other. I don't know. But whatever.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better bitches, better money, my clothes, better my shoes.
Oh. Nice to have you. Just, showing you the key to, a way for living in where you is now. You want to live life like that? Go get you one of those, man. I'm tired of telling y'all, you feel me? But, this is my way of encouraging y'all to go have fun. Let me give y'all a quick tip. Do y'all know how much $1 US is in a different country? Y'all gotta Google. Go look it up, man.
There you go.
Go get your passports. It's that bad. And we young. Go live. Telling y'all gonna love it. Medellin, Colombia, this weekend. Famous Day. I'm signing out. Follow your boy.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Cause I'm a PIMP.
A single man who makes $62,000 a year, does he really need a woman?
Ja Rule.
Get into it, right? Do you really need an American woman? $62,000 a year, and that's on the low end. So you guys say, oh, that's low. Okay, cool. He's a single guy. You don't need much more, especially if he's happy. $62,000 a year. You minus $11,000 out in taxes. It might be lower, it might be higher. Who knows? It's just speculation. So $11,000 in taxes since he's a single man. That brings it down to $51,000. $51,000 minus the $1,000 he's going to pay in the South with a decent apartment, $1,000 in rent. So $1,000, that's $12,000. So $51,000 minus 12, you're going to get left with $39,000. $39,000. Maybe he wanted his apartment clean. $39,000. Now you got to get his apartment clean. $45 a week times 52. That's going to leave you with $2,340. So with $2,340 being taken out of the $39,000, now you're left with $36,660, right? With $36,660, now you got to get $275 a week times 12 for food, right? So $275 times 12, we're gonna get that's $3,300. So that's gonna minus what he's accumulated thus far, right? So now he's left with what? $33,360, give or take. So now he's left with all that. So now you can include that with partying, all that stuff. So even saving, me, I'm going to probably save a half of that, right? Try to, at least. So out of that 33, you got miscellaneous stuff. You're gonna save per year about $15,000 after everything. So now you got a little bit of money to play with, invest, and do whatever. So you mean to tell me I got $15,000 saved, right? And another $15,000 that I could do miscellaneous things with, travel, do all of this stuff. And you mean to tell me I got $15,000 every year, and you multiply that, right, by 10 years, right? And give or take, you might save even more the next year. So me, I'm gonna try to save the max. So I'm gonna save like 20 grand. So you're talking about $20,000 in 5 years. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 years, you got $100,000 in the bank if you do it like I'm telling you to do it. I need a woman to take away. Think about it. You going to travel, going out the country every 2 months. You learn how to discipline yourself. You don't drink that much. You learn how to control yourself sexually. You learn how to control yourself from an alcoholic manner. You got friends you chop it up with. You go out every now and then. You go out the country with them. Your trips out of the country are pretty cheap. You mean to tell me I'm going to do $100,000, get it chopped in half, to worry about taking out a woman, worry about what she thinks of my budget when I'm over there. I got women overseas, so I don't need a woman here. You think that's what we've come to? Men are actually sitting down putting this together because women said they don't need men for so long. Now men are like, okay, you don't need us. Okay, we gotta buy your affection. Okay, if you getting attention from everybody at the expense of me. Because let me tell you, I've said this before. Foreign women want your attention. American women or women in westernized societies want attention from everybody else at the expense of you.
Boom.
So, just put it together. Dude's been putting it together. So why would a dude want an American woman when you got beautiful women over there who you don't have to give barely nothing to? Some guys don't give nothing to these women. Some guys try to use that same ideology that they built here to bring it overseas, which is an error. But so you guys got to know what women gonna do this. We strategically broke down and mapped out everything that a foreign woman could do to you, everything that you got to do for her. And the dudes who going over to these other countries retiring early, they're winning. Who can make that expat money or horizontal money while they're sleeping and living overseas, they're winning. Or overseas, live for 6 months and then come back and make money in the U.S., they're winning. So no matter how you try to flip this, the men who are single, who make a decent living, who even if they had other expenses, still have enough money to live off. Do the math. Sit down and do your books and see what you're spending on 8 Netflix accounts because you got money coming out from all of. So why would a man need a woman? And he's doing all of this without women.
There you go. I think this brother is kind of spot on with what he's saying. I appreciate that message. Okay, let's listen to what this is. Where we at? There we go.
So listen to this brother speak the truth about why this Asian woman speaking about passport brothers.
Asian women marry more white men than any other ethnic group in the United States of America. Namely, marrying into the ethnic group that predominantly occupies their countries of origin. The irony being that white men also created these fetishization stereotypes that we have about Asian people, that we understand today. So her issue is not passport bros. Every man in the military with an Asian wife and kids is a passport bro.
Yep.
Her issue is black men doing it.
Yep.
It's simple, dog.
So listen to this brother speak the truth about why this Asian woman speaking about passport.
Yeah, that's what she seemed like to me. She seemed like she's pretty lost. She seemed like she got quite a bit of self-hatred, and it seems like she was kind of raised in an environment where she was objectified as a China doll, really by white boys, and now she's pissed off that black men are expressing this.
But I'm just curious as to why
so many modern women are confused as to why men are leaving. Why we have the passport bros and men who have decided to look for women elsewhere. A lot of women are asking the question, why? And some of them seem so oblivious to the point where they really don't get it. They really seem to not understand why men are saying, hey, we want to look for love somewhere else. So I just want to kind of address that and just kind of give them a little bit of the reason why a lot of these men are looking elsewhere for love and marriage and family and all of it. So the first reason or conclusion I could come to is the fact that we are in a modern society where we have a world full of modern women. These particular modern women are the opposite of traditional women. Okay? So what that means is men are looking for traditional women. And most men have always wanted traditional women. But because modern women were taught to go to school, get their education, they were never taught to prioritize marriage, a man, or relationships. They were taught to go to school, get an education, take care of yourself because you don't need a man. So now that's created a society full of women who were only focused on getting to the bag. Their education, getting a job, taking care of themselves, not prioritizing the man. They weren't taught to focus on marriage, prioritizing a relationship, a man, a family, any of that. They just thought that, hey, we're doing what we're supposed to do. This is what our grandmothers, this is what our mothers told us. Hey, go to school, live your life, have your fun in your 20s, go to school, get your education, and take care of yourself so you can have something to fall back on and you don't need a man. So fast forward, here we are. We have a world full of modern women who are independent entrepreneurs, boss chicks, who will get to the bag. They don't need no man, right? But for a lot of these women, this entrepreneur, boss chick, independent woman lifestyle is not working out the way they planned. Because when you choose that, that means there's a chance, a big chance that you may not ever get married. You may not ever have that family structure, that home, that two-parent home. The majority of these women become single mothers because during that, have your fun in your 20s stage, they're having sex. Right? And you're going through multiple different relationships, but not understanding that men value certain things when they're looking for wives. See, these women who have fun in their 20s, and then when they hit their 30s and 40s, they were not prepared for that because nobody told you what hitting the wall looks like. A lot of women mess up because now, don't prioritize the man, but you still end up with one. You still end up caring for somebody, or loving somebody, getting in a relationship with somebody, but it's not your husband. It's nothing that's long term. So what happens? You end up having several different relationships that you deem toxic, and you and your heart is broken, and you've gone through this and that and that. And so what it does, it's giving you a negative experience in life when it comes to relationships, even though you were not prepared for that. You were told to have your fun, just have your fun to get your education and take care of yourself. You were never taught how to be in a relationship. You were never taught how to treat a man, how to love a man. So you still end up in relationships that fail over and over and over again. Also going forward, we really need to stop trying to shame men into accepting something that they just don't want. And women have to accept the fact that, hey, we've been taught wrong, we've been sold a certain set of rules, and a lot of women ran with it, and now it's the very thing that's holding them back from getting or achieving the things that they say they want, as it relates to husbands and relationships. But I'm just curious.
Boom. What a beautiful sister. So glad you said that.
The reason that a lot of this is going on is because a lot of people in Brazil are misinterpreting the things that I'm saying in English, and they don't really know how to speak English that well. They're misinterpreting a lot of things because I don't say anything negative about Brazilians, so that's why it's so shocking to me to have this.
This is Austin Hollerman, for those who don't know.
This is very heartbreaking to me. The fact that it was always my dream to live in Brazil, and my YouTube channel was centered around me showing other men, not just the women, but just if you guys understand English and you watch my videos, you see me talk about how I enjoy just, first of all, we can start with just the drinks and how well the drinks are, because I love the drinks in Brazil over any other country I've been to, even my home country. The food is a lot more healthy, I have a lot more energy, my skin glows a lot more.
Cachaça.
Everything about me is better in Brazil. But I'm very heartbroken knowing that because this whole situation is going on, that even, let's say for example, I'm not banned to come to Brazil. Since my name has been slandered around and misinformed to the majority of the people, well, it seems like the majority of Brazil, but a lot of people in Brazil, it's not safe even if I wanted to come back. You know, if I wanted to come back to stay in Brazil, it wouldn't be safe.
Now it's not safe for you. You snitch like a feather a little bit. Yeah, y'all passport bro, y'all was self-snitching on yourself. Yeah, Austin, you was doing it too. Yeah. All y'all was self-snitching on yourself. Yeah, that's what y'all was doing. And you don't blew the spot up. And now you apologizing to Brazilian women. No. You need to be apologizing to our queens in America for disrespecting them. Okay? And realize that American women didn't get you canceled, bro. Brazilian women got you canceled. And now you can't even really walk the streets of Brazil and feel safe. American women didn't do that to you, bro. And I just want to say this, because I was the person that y'all seen from the beginning as a man. I seen that my queens in America were being disparaged and being disrespected, and I wasn't going for that. I took a stand, and I stayed on the passport bro's head. Alright? So, a lot of attention got brought. I have multiple videos on my page that have went viral talking, exposing passport bros. Okay? So now, other than, you know what I'm saying, when you see things going on in the community that's not right, y'all take a stand. Y'all don't go for that nonsense, and you continue to uphold the sanctity and value of our women, because at the end of the day, that is the pearl of our society, period. And I don't care what nobody have to say, that's real.
The reason a lot of this
clown.
Pay attention to the passport bros. Like, they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia, the Philippines, Thailand. Like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need this, women that.
Well, that could be true, and the truth hurts, doesn't it? After all the plastic surgeries you have, you went to university and in debt, beautifying yourselves with expensive products. Your man in there still wants to marry those women who are, according to you, are poor, uneducated, speaks little English language. It's insulting, isn't it? You are so full of yourself, entitled, proud, and the universe handled you by those women who knows to have nothing but happy and grateful in simple things. No amount of hair extensions, thick makeups, sophisticated nails could overtake that. Filipinos speak little English language? Hello, that's our second language, and we can speak other many dialects. You're poor in history.
I think that the United States and the Philippines has always had a good relationship with each other. We were colonized by the Americans, and we have their culture and our traditions even up to this day. And I think that we're very welcoming with the Americans, and I don't see any problem with that at all.
That's pretty good. Thank you.
By the way, Western countries who colonized countries before, their men, their hearts are being colonized by these women and gays from these developing countries. And we are sucking their bones dry. Nothing left for you.
Oh! Y'all even got the fags coming on you. Damn!
I know a lot of us have been seeing lately on TikTok these alleged passport bros and the well-traveled bachelor who swears that he's going to foreign countries and picking up women. There are no foreign countries or women on his page, so I'm not sure why he is attempting to pass that off. But nevertheless, there are some men who are believing him and thinking that this option easily exists based on what he's saying. However, he's very clearly holding up a pretend or completely unused passport. So I just wanted to show everybody today what a used passport looks like so that people can stop being deceived by someone who has never used his passport a day in his life into thinking that they have options that they and he both do not have. So I keep my passport in here. I'm going to pull it out. My passport has been to 4 other countries, so I am by no means a globetrotter. But as you see, it shows the signs of wear and tear. When I take it out, it immediately opens up. The pages are no longer sticky with newness. You can see all throughout my passport. I spilled some hair oil on it when I was traveling, so it is stained. There is
a stamp from when I went to Heathrow. There is a visa from when I went to Russia. There's another one from Russia, some from Brazil. So anybody who has traveled with their passport can open it up and show you any stamps. And he has been unwilling or unable to open his passport and show us where he has gone. He cannot post any TikToks that show us where he has gone. He cannot show us any women that he has pulled. So I just say this to remind everybody, do not let social media deceive you into thinking that you have options that you do not have. He does not have that option. Many of you do not have that option.
Whoa.
That is okay. Please stop playing pretend on the internet in your 50s.
Oh! I love it. I love it. He got receipts.
See, I love foreign women.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about it. So, my name is Desiree, and I'm from Mexico, so that makes me a foreigner. Now, did I marry a passport girl? Maybe. Did I divorce him? Yes. And why? Because I feel like motherfuckers need therapy. I mean, we all do, you know. But 9 out of 10 men are not going to go to therapy. Now, the misconception that an American woman has towards the passport girls victims, women, yet again, black women are right, because this is very biased. Most men are escaping their own traumas.